at 500. This is the IUIC update. We're in June 2016. Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchip. It's June. Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchips. It's June. Somebody should put a beat to that shit. Nor come to pass. We in June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. Ain't no microchips. Chips. 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 We in June. Ain't no microchips. June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. It's June. Ain't no microchips. Chips. Isn't that powerful? Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 21, verse 15. And it reads, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." Shabbat Shalom, Yasharallah, peace be unto the nation of Israel, whom out of modern day so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, respectable Israelites, being Israelite foreigners, scattered across the four corners of the earth, including within America, Babylon the Great. And we are the Most High, Yahweh, chosen people of the nation of Israel, along with the Israelite foreigners, being the speckled Israelites scattered abroad, including within the main place for captivity in America, Babylon the Great. So without further ado, as always, in ancient Hebrew, I'm going to give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach Kodash, which is our praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, whom is our strength and our Redeemer, and our light and our salvation. In the same tongue, meaning double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone on down, and shalom, honor salutations to Bayah Shaddai without the house of David. It's your fellow servant Malak Rayab, back at it again with another lesson, a land back lesson on the Brother Shopper's video he uploaded, which you can see here is entitled, "It's June, National Microchip Month." Okay, because as it was shown in this video from nearly a decade ago, you had Bishop Nate, scoffing and scorning, at the true men of the Lord, prophesying about the true revelation of the mark of the beast in Revelation 13 chapter, being the microchip technology. Okay, the same technology that the Nick Rockefeller, the upper echelon devil, had revealed to the former movie producer Aaron Russo that they're planning on microchipping everyone, with the microchip containing everyone's identical makeup on there, including their social security information, their medical records, their banking information, the transaction history, which these devils are going to further use under this social credit score system, under this another introduction, all right, or precursor to the Karagma, being digital currency, behind that social credit score system that they're pushing down here in communist China, they're pushing down here, as well, which is why the World Economic Forum is talking about microchipping people to get rid of so-called conspiracy theories, all right. So according to you, Bishop Nate, we're conspiracy theorists for pushing what's perceived by many to be science fiction, but now it's a reality, man. It's just like how I said in St. Luke 21:15. you know, and he would give us a mouth that neither our adversaries could naysay or gainsay, like you have been doing. Because guess what, Nate? It's June, and there's microchips. Okay, so as you can see here, this is on nationaltoday.com. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna upload the brother Shopper's short lesson clip on the community board, shortly after this lesson. But this is nationaltoday.com. It says National Microchipping Month, June 2024. It says National Microchip Month in June is all about pets and ensuring they are safely implanted with a little chip so they can be traced if they go missing. Everyone knows how easy it can be to lose track of your pet, even for a second. This month aims to reduce pet owners' stress and worry if their pets go missing by encouraging microchipping. Events in this month center around highlighting the importance of microchipping and how it can help. After all, George the cat was reunited with his owners almost 13 years after he wandered off by the power of his microchip ID. All right, so now speaking of microchip ID, it's not a coincidence that, it came out, that Sleepy Creepy Joe, Jim Crow Joe, is just talking about banning air travel next year, 2025. We make it that far for all modern day Babylonians who refuse to carry a World Economic Forum digital ID, reported a few days ago. All right. Just like they've been pushing down there in California of the real ID and so forth. Okay. This is becoming an ongoing trend. All right. As another precursor to introduce the mark of the beast before they make it mandatory. So speaking of World Economic Forums, I mentioned not too long ago, a minute ago, on the same platform, it says World Economic Forum unveils mandatory brain implants to eradicate conspiracy theories. You see that? By pumping blank into the food supply to alter our DNA, all right, through euthanizing methods and so forth, all right, to diminish or weaken what they refer to as the God gene, okay? This is why that brother that took drank the dragon juice in IUIC said that he felt like the spirit left him, because it did. Okay, because like it says in the book of Sirach, who shall pity a charmer who's bitten by a snake, bitten by a serpent? Okay, and that's why scriptures say never trust thine enemy. So all right, So anyway, back to this article here. Main article says History of National Microchipping Month. Technology underwent a rather large transformation at one point in time, inspiring major inventions, one of them being the itty-bitty microchip invented in 1959. The first versions of this invention were only ever used for human purposes, finding their way into electrical circuit boards, computers, and so on. Jump down a bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Jump up a bit. Yeah, so it says as pet ownership increased, research into pet care grew too. People soon realized that the microtechnology they were using for human inventions, you see that? For human inventions, could theoretically be used in animals too, all right? Because these animals have been used as guinea pigs for Esau to perfect his so-called pseudoscience, which literally means knowledge of lies. And this is why, a similar article, all right, under Elon's Neuralink company, they were exposed for a lot of complications on behalf of these certain species of monkeys that they were experimenting on. All right, after they implanted them with a chip, including paralysis, all right, sporadical behavior, and so forth. So this is on Neoscope, and it says, here's what happened to monkeys that got the Neuralink implant. It says Elon Musk's brain chip company has apparently, and against all odds, implanted its wares into a human, which is at least slightly terrifying, considering the fate suffered by many of the monkeys it's experimented upon, which I just spoke about. Says in a post on X, formerly Twitter, which he owns, the brazen billionaire said that the unidentified human subject was recovering well, and that the initial results show promising neuron spike detection. All right, because one of Elon's first human volunteers, okay, had openly expressed his complications, after taking the charagma, the digital awl in Deuteronomy 15 and 17. All right, the modern day digital awl anyway. All right, the awl spoken about in Deuteronomy 15 and 17, because there's nothing new under the sun. All right, so it says, let me jump down a bit. It says in a September report that dropped just a day after Neuralink announced that it was recruiting for its human trials, Wired reported that as many as a dozen of the rhesus macaques, that's how you pronounce that, so the species of monkeys, the company experimented upon suffered all manner of freakish symptoms, including brain swelling, partial paralysis, and self-harming behavior. Eventually, many of the monkeys had to be put down. All right. In a 2019 incident, a chip that was being implanted in one of the macaque's brains broke off during a procedure. After the monkey woke up from his botched surgery, it scratched at the site of the implant, made itself bleed, and partially dislodged it. The wound, as it turned out, was infected, but because the implant blocked any treatment options, the macaque was euthanized. All right. As it's told, some 21% of the company's monkeys reportedly died because of brain implant issues. You see that? So this is why they're using animals. Okay, they've been using animals as guinea pigs for the chip. All right, to eventually perfect their so-called pseudoscience, to eventually implant them inside human beings, like it was going into in this article here. All right, which I believe it mentioned at some point. Yep, where it says here, the first versions of this invention were only ever used for human purposes. See that? Finding their way into electrical circuit boards, computers, and so on. Now we know why it was intentionally used for human purposes, because just just going to further fulfill these devil's agenda, their new world order agenda, like Nick Rockefeller told Aaron Russo to chip everyone. All right, and this is why over here in a similar article, all right, on KFox, it's entitled El Paso's free drive-through pet clinic offers dragon juices and digital awls on June 2nd. Okay, so this is down here. All you bird brain spickaroonies, rolling around here. You 2/3 Issacharites, that are predominantly down here in other tribes. Okay, this is here, man. Okay. And they don't give a shit about your pets, man. Like it says in Revelation 16 chapter, it speaks about the lying wonders of his miracles. Okay, you see that? Those lying wonders in Revelation 16, and it also mentions in 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter. It also mentions the lack of the love of the truth is what's going to cause these people to lean on their own understanding. Okay. All right, through their vain perception of living through the flesh, Esau's, promoted in America, Babylon the Great, through liberty and justice for all. And, they're going to be destroyed, man. Okay, by that second death, that lake of fire, Revelation 14 chapter. Okay, by taking this chip. So, I'm going to grab the next precept. In the book of, just like it says in Proverbs 29 and 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. All right, because they don't fear the Lord, and that's why they don't hear to his word. All right, the righteous instruction was words spoken by the prophets of Yasharallah on the highways and hedges. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and segue over to this next precept in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. All right. And it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Because it will surely come, so like it will not tarry." All right. So these prophecies, the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, these prophecies were not to tarry. Why? Because the spirit of prophecy is of the testimony of the Lord Yahweh Shai, our Malak, and Bishop and Shepherd of our souls, Samashek Habashai. All right. So this is Isaiah 49, Isaiah 42. In verse 9, and it reads, "Behold, the former things are come to pass." Okay, behold, the former things are come to pass. and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. All right, so the former things, were to come to pass, man. Okay, because it's not, the chip, the branding of an individual or a slave is not a new thing. Okay, as is mentioned in Deuteronomy the 15th chapter, where it mentions the all, how really going into voluntary servitude, okay, of Hebrews servants, because we did have servants of our own nation, as mentioned in Deuteronomy the 15th chapter, but voluntary servants. Right, we didn't have to go upside their heads and so forth like Esau did. All right, because that was a part of our curses, to be forcibly brought into captivity. Okay, but like it says here, Isaiah 42:9, behold, the former things are coming to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. All right, just like over here in this next article, it references Second Maccabees. Okay, going into how the fourth Pharaoh, Ptolemy Philopater, was branding Jake with the mark of the mark of Dionysus, as it mentions here. Okay, how Esau was marking his servants, man, because we are debt servants under the Federal Reserve Act signed by Woodrow Wilson in 1913. All right, and that's why we pay taxes, even though there's no petition to pay taxes. Just like the El Salvadorian president was going into, now how we are paying taxes under the illusion that we're funding the government, under the false guise of democracy and whatnot. But we're actually being defrauded, which is wicked. Which further confirms this is a sinful kingdom, man. Pursuing Amos 9 chapter, which is going to be destroyed by the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai in the foreseeable future, not the distant future. Okay, this is on biblicaltraining.org, and it says, jump down. It says Bacchus. The feast of Bacchus, the god of wine, his worship had extended over the whole Greek and Roman world centuries before the Christian era and had degenerated into an orgy of drunkenness and unnameable immoralities, possibly under the influence of Oriental Baal worship, such as the Hebrew prophets condemned. It has been, which we're still condemning, like it says in Jeremiah 28:8, man, how the prophets Jerusalem have always been known to prophesy against evil kingdoms of pestilence, and so forth. All right, we're paraphrasing Jeremiah 28:8. All right, it says it has been surmised that Dionysus was originally not a Greek but an Oriental deity. All right, and Dionysus is just an idol that the Edomites known as the Greeks during the Hellenistic period had created to further draw us away from our power, because they knew that Jake was gullible and stiff-necked and were known to be idolatrous. Okay, going back to the history of the golden calf. So it says, his worship had been introduced into Egypt perhaps by the Ptolemies, and Ptolemy Philopater from 222 to 204 BC had branded the Jews there with this emblem, the sign of the ivy. When Antiochus Epiphanes made his assault upon Jerusalem in the year 168 BC, he determined to extirpate the worship of Yahweh, which he recognized as the strength of the Israelite resistance, and to replace it by Greek religion, which goes into First Maccabees, the first chapter, all right, and Judith, the 5th chapter. It says, all worship of Yahweh and observance of Israelite rites such as the Sabbath and circumcision were prohibited. Heathen worship was set up over all Judea, and in the temple at Jerusalem on the altar of burnt offering, an altar to Jupiter was erected. The abomination that maketh desolate, and a swine was sacrificed upon it. The immoral, as an abomination of desolation, the immoral practices associated with heathen worship in those days established themselves in the temple when the feast of Bacchus, Dionysus, with all its revelry came around. The Israelites were compelled to go in procession in honor of Bacchus, wearing wreaths of ivy, the emblem of the god, pursuing the 2 Maccabees 6 and 7. Okay. And so forth. But the point is, as I mentioned in the beginning of this information, right, is that this devil, this Edomite, Ptolemy Philopater, okay, was branding our people with the ivy emblem, which is symbolic of fertility. Okay. Because, going to their, the worship of the fertility goddesses like Ishtar, and so forth. Okay, because they're and that's why feminism is so prevalent in America, because the same people that were running, that were ruling the world, okay, that multiplied evils in the earth after Alexander the Greek died, and his fortune was passed down to his four generals, prophesying the book of Daniel, and the first Maccabees, the first chapter, they multiply evils in the earth, like it says in Proverbs. Okay, how evil would be multiplied in Proverbs 29. Okay, on behalf of these Edomites. All right, so just which includes them, normalizing wickedness, like implanting something that's a foreign object under the skin, which is forbidden in Leviticus 19th chapter, man. Okay, so now that I'm going to get this. I'm going to read the actual precept in Second Maccabees, chapter 6, and actually start from the top. Actually, we get to the point. Being that the synopsis of this chapter is already outlined in that article, I'm going to jump down to the point. Second Maccabees 6 and 7. It says, in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Israelites, the Jews, the southern kingdom of Judah, were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. Moreover, they run out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by a suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of the sacrifices. Okay, so this was we've been forced to sacrifice to harlots, to idols. Okay, and that's why the Lord referred to us as harlots. Okay, hence why He made our women harlots under the curses, so we can experience what it feels like. Okay, for our women to commit adultery against us, man, because we committed spiritual fornication, which is adultery, idolatry against our power by worshiping other gods, man. You see, for it would have been better to die than to conform to worshiping Esau, Edom's wicked ass pagan deities, man. Okay, so like it says in 2nd Ezra 16, these are going to be the sacrifices of the idol sacrifices to idols. Okay, the vain idol, idle, is a vain sacrifices of or to idols, idols. All right, pagan deities. Okay, dumb gods or dumb idols or images, graven images that can't speak, and that ultimately that top or ultimate idol is going to be the charagma, the chip, that digital all. Okay, because it's always been known, for servants to be branded. This and this time not going to be any exception during the hour of our temptation, man. It's Deuteronomy 15 and 17. Then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it through his ear into the door, and he shall be thy servant forever. And also unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise. So this is for, Hebrew servants, all right, that were voluntarily, subjecting themselves under servitude of their masters. Okay, this time around, this modern day time, is going to be the same thing. People are going to voluntarily get themselves over to this modern day all, this digital all. Okay, not the cryptocurrency, but the chip. Okay, all right, the actual MOTB, the charagma. So this is Revelation chapter 14 and 8, and it says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, which is that Western philosophy. And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High God Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So before Hamashiach Habashai, the Alpha and Omega, okay, who's going to rule over this earth with a rod of iron, okay, and share his kingdom with his people, his kindred, Yasharallah, okay, he's going to destroy all those who takes his chip, the mark of the beast, man. Okay, for looking to save their lives, as he mentioned in St. Matthew, I believe St. Matthew the 6th chapter. For all those who look to save their lives shall lose them. Why? Because of the things that these people are going to worry about now in terms of food and raiment and shelter, okay, are things the Gentiles worry about. And that's why they do heinous and wicked, vile, corrupt things and dishonorable things behind the scenes to obtain these necessities and goods and services and whatnot. like the heathen selling Jake Lucy's, loose cigarettes in these little bodegas and thrift stores and whatnot, selling us fake meat, okay, or defiled bread, okay, on behalf of Ishmael, Moab, and you Edomites, man, because down here where I camp at, there's two heathen little bodega type shops that are set up, man, okay, within walking distance. Okay, and they're either Elam or Ishmael. Okay, case in point. So these devils, these heathen are everywhere, man, profiting off of Jay. But that's gonna stop because a rich is gone by deceit. The kingdom shall be translated to another, man. So like how Shah saying in Matthew the 6th chapter, we ought not to worry about how we're gonna eat and how we're gonna survive. Okay, when our hell breaks loose during Jacob's trouble, because he's going to take care of us, man. Like he promised in Isaiah 65:13. His servants shall eat while ye shall hunger. We shall drink while ye shall thirst, you heathen. All right? The natural and unnatural heathen alike. All right? The natural heathen and Gentiles, the heathen nations and the natural Gentiles and the heathen, which are the heathen, and the unnatural Gentiles, as in the 2/3, are gonna starve to death, man. They're gonna be destroyed out here through the famine. Okay? A lot of them are gonna be destroyed by the famine, man. And to escape that judgment, they're gonna take this kadagma, and they're still gonna die. Okay, like it says in 2 Ezra 15:4, the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, roughly paraphrasing. So I'm gonna leave it off on that. Pray this epistle is further edifying, exhorting to your elect, and give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashemi Habashai, Baruch Kodash, who blessed me with truth in the spirit. Do another epistle. And with that, I'm gonna wash slab a ball. All right, shalom to the elect. All right, because this day is coming, man, and these devils are, they're eliminating cows down there in South Dakota, down there in Michigan, down there in Texas. Okay, as it says here, as it mentions here. All right, you can see here on the screen. All right, they're egg ration down in Australia, and that's coming down here to America, man. That's going to lead into this, the famine was going to lead into, as a further in conjunction with the petrodollar further depreciating, and it's going to lead into this economy being collapsed by, by design, or leading to the suspended constitution and lawless societies out here, where people are going to be really getting at how they live, man, like in those Purge movie series. Okay, it's going to be complete pandemonium and anarchy, as in hell on earth. Okay, only the strong will survive, and that's the elect, because the Lord Yahweh Shemashai has handpicked them, okay, to survive. All right, so I'm going to end it off on that. Shabbat shalom to the elect, and on to the next one.